quick, without thinking, what's one thing you have to do to your pet every single day? Feed them, of course. So right here we have something that's going to make that a lot easier, because you're not going to have to wake up, you're not going to have to worry about being out of town and making your pet starve to death. So inside this box, it's a very fancy box, by the way. I mean, look at this design, meticulous. But inside of this amazing box, we have an automatic pet feeder that's good for cats, good for dogs, and I guess good for any other pets if you can train them to eat out of a bowl. Now the cool thing about this is it comes in two different options. You can either have a manual option where you have to actually use the controls on the actual feeder, or for a little extra money, you can get the app version so you can control it with your phone even when you're away from home. One of the best things about this is you can actually completely automate your pet's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snacks. No more worrying about if you remember to feed your pet, or, waking up to feed the pet, and no more getting bugged. Although he might still bug you for more food, but you set the timer to go off every 2 hours and drop down some food. And even better than that, if you have more than one animal, you can actually choose between 1 and 12 servings to be dispensed at a time, so that way there's enough food to go around. And because your animals probably don't want to eat from robots, you can actually record a 20-second message, so that way you can be like, "Hey, Skipper, come get food right now, it's time to eat." And that way they hear your voice and they're like, "Yo, I'm ready to chow down." You're able to put about 9 liters of food in here, which can supply a small or medium dog food for about 10 days and a medium-sized cat for up to 4 weeks. Although the way my cats eat, it'll probably last like 3 days. But results will vary, so let's get inside of this amazing packaging. I mean, it's almost a shame to cut into this amazingly designed box, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Now I know I'm being a little bit hard on the box, I'm just joking, I'm playing around, because this is just gonna end up in the recycling center anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter what it looks like. Good news is they got it protected inside, so that way it's not gonna get damaged. Yes, I got it upside down, let's flip it around. The styrofoam off. Looks like the lid came off as well. Okay guys, I just took this out of the box, and honestly, I'm really impressed. I wasn't expecting it to be this nice. We have a brushed stainless steel design. Very hard, very quality. The good news is it looks like the app you control this with is the Smart Life app, which I already have all my other smart devices connected to, so that's great for me. Inside we actually have the bowl that they're going to be eating out of. It's a decent size for like maybe 3 pets, along with a USB power cable and a power brick to power everything. And we can't forget the all-important instruction manual. So seriously, looking at this thing, if you take a look on the inside, you can see the pet feeder. This thing's basically going to spin around and dispense the food. It is a very good size. I'm going to actually see how much food I could put in there, because I have a 13-pound bag. I mean, to be honest, it'd be great if I could pour the whole bag in there so I don't have to refill it too much. So it looks like you could press the sides, lift up the top to take it out, I guess, so you can clean it up. And also, if we look down here on the top, you can see some more of the mechanics on how this thing actually works. And seriously, this base is serious quality right here. I like it. Now over here on the bottom, we actually have a spot to put 3D batteries, although you can power it. So it's up to you. You can either plug it into the wall or have it battery powered. Honestly, I'm just gonna have it plugged into the wall. It's a lot easier. Don't have to worry about batteries and none of that. Who wants to do all that? No one. Although you might want to have some batteries in here as a backup, just in case your power goes out, so that way your animals don't starve to death. Also down here on the bottom, we have 4 rubberized feet so it'll stay gripped down on the floor, as well as a speaker here so they can hear your amazing voice. Over here on the side is where we're actually gonna put the power cable. Very easy, just like so. It actually feeds right through the side. I'm really impressed. Now, although this is the actual app version of the device, there are some control buttons over here on the front. We have a manual feed button so you can easily dispense food whenever you want if you just walk up to it. Right here we have a voice recording button and then a settings button, so I guess you can set it to schedule it, although there's no screen or anything, so I'm not really sure how that'll work. I'm assuming you can't do as much with this as with the app, so if you don't want to use the app, you're going to definitely want to get the other version, because that version does come with the screen and you can take care of all the settings right on the fly. Although the app is definitely a lot easier if you're more tech savvy. Alright, so now we have power to the actual device and it is flashing, which means it's in pairing mode instantly. We open up our Smart Life app that you download from the App Store, and right away, this is like a new feature of the Smart Life app because it's never happened before, but right here it says devices to be added, and it's showing the pet feeder, so you don't have to go through all the settings and the menus to do it. So we just tap go to add. You're going to make sure you're connected to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network to get this paired up. It's going to add our device, and I can't read what that says because it's in Chinese. I'm sure it says pet feeder or something, so we're gonna press next, and now we can rename it because, yeah, I can't read that. Let's see, pet feeder. There we go. Save that. You can place it in a room, tap on done, and just like so, we're ready to go. That was extremely easy and extremely fast. Smart Life is really stepping up the game. Now, this is where we can actually set up everything. So we're in standby mode, we can tap on that, and you can choose from library to replace the picture. So we'll just leave it at that for now. You can take a picture of this so you know exactly where it is in case you have multiple devices. Up here on the top right, we have a gear icon to go to settings, and it looks like you can only factory reset the device. So down here, we can go to meal plan, and this is where you're gonna actually be able to set it to dispense food at different hours of the day. So we can tap on add. You can choose any hour and any minute of the day, any days, and you can customize it for each day if you want them to eat earlier on Saturday than you do on Monday, whatever you want. And you can choose how many animals you want to feed, up to 12. And now we can actually see the feed record, so you can actually see every time this dispensed food, so you can make sure it's actually doing its job. Then we can go back to the home screen, and right here you can actually manually feed all the way up to 12. So you can tap on 2 animals and tap feed. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was a very quiet motor. I can hear it spinning and dispensing food. It was doing it for a while, so that's definitely enough food. Although we're gonna actually have to make sure. And it looks like that's all you can really do in the app. It's a very simple interface and very easy to use. So now, it is time. Let's get this actually set up. So basically we have this. So basically we're gonna stick the food container back, get it locked into place, and then we can actually attach the little bowl here, and I guess you could actually put any bowl here, although this one actually attaches to it, so it's not going to go flying around. So put this like so, and we're good to go. So right here I have a 13-pound bag of dry cat food. It's obviously not full anymore, but you know, I don't think we'll be able to fit all of it anyways. We're going to dump it in the top. It almost got the whole bag, so there's at least like 10 pounds in here. That's pretty amazing. So now let's see if we can get the lid back on. Oh, actually got the lid back on. Nice, we're good to go. Ready to rumble. But first, I want to actually try out the voice recording. So, hello, it's time to eat. Get your food. Hey, it's time to eat. Come get your food. Funny thing is, this instruction manual has a bunch of different languages, but all it tells you is how to pair it up with the app. It says nothing about how to record your voice on here. Why would that be a setting, and why wouldn't it be in the app, and why wouldn't it be in here? Useless manual. The settings button's not doing anything? Like, maybe I hold both? I don't know, apparently it's useless. But first things first, let's try out the manual feed button. That's kind of disappointing. We got 4 pieces. Maybe we have to let it like feed through a little bit. There we go. So now inside the app, let's try out 5 feed. Let's feed 5 animals. If you're feeding a dog, like, well, I guess, yeah, it depends on how big the dog is, but I have a big dog, so if I was feeding a dog with this thing, I need to have 12 come out twice. Alright, so now we're gonna do 12 and see how much food that is. The food's kind of getting stuck in here now, if you could see that. Although I'm sure it'll come out as they start eating. Yeah, it just comes out. So it's good, it's good. So, I mean, 12 is definitely a lot of food. So yeah, the good news is if you do need more food, you can schedule it. So you could set it to send out 12 amounts of food at 1 o'clock, and then at like 1:02 have it send out 12 more. Although you might want to have a little bit more of a gap so this doesn't get too full and start overflowing or something and maybe get clogged up. So maybe do like 1, 1:10, you know, something like that, especially if you have a big dog. So overall, this is a really nice pet feeder. It's great that you can control it with the app no matter where you are, as long as you have an internet connection. Now the bad news is I'm still not sure what the settings button's for, because nothing's happening. And then I'm not sure how to record a voice memo. All it does is beep. I don't know, it doesn't do anything, the instructions don't say anything, and you should be able to do it in the app, to be honest, because I've had something else where you're able to do it in the app and then it's synced it with the actual device. I mean, it's connected to the internet, that should be a thing. But it is what it is. Other than that, it's a good pet feeder and it definitely gets the job done. Let me know how many animals you have and if you got one of these, and let me know if it was enough for your animals, because I know my animals can eat, eat, eat.